picking up a signal from the recon tower. It'll be active
Nice
soon.
fucking shot, dude. Fucking hell yeah.
A while back, I walked away from the Wildlands, Ghost Recon Wildlands to be exact, a game that I don't feel like is bad. It just tries to do so many things and pretty much falls short on every one of them. The biggest problem with Ghost Recon Wildlands is it doesn't know what it wants to be. It doesn't make for a very good sandbox action game where you kind of do whatever you want, GTA, Far Cry style. It doesn't really nail stealth or tactical combat in my opinion. And after paying $100 for it and only playing it for about 3 weeks, I decided to call up Microsoft and get my $100 back. If it was a $40 purchase or a $20 purchase, I wouldn't have been upset, but it was $100 that I pre-ordered the game for, and it's just a bad idea. I'm never pre-ordering a $100 edition of a Ubisoft game again. But these last 3 months, I've been picking up games that have been on sale. I've picked up Forza Horizon, Homefront Revolution, the Forza Horizon Expansion Pass, which was recently on sale for $10, Dying Light, the Metro Redux bundle. My friend got me Far Cry 4 and Far Cry Primal, also South Park: The Stick of Truth and The Fractured But Whole. I'm not made of money, the sales were just really good, and all the views you guys give me allowed me to beef up my video game collection, so I'm not just stuck between the same 5 games. Isn't this nice? You just watch my videos like any other YouTube video and I end up benefiting and you don't have to do shit. It's great. But one of the games I picked up again was Ghost Recon Wildlands. I got it for a whopping $19 because for some reason Microsoft just gave me $6 in my account. It was on sale for $25 and so I just grabbed it with that little $6 off thing and I got it for 19 bucks. And 19 bucks in my opinion is a good price for a game like Ghost Recon Wildlands. It has redeeming factors and I have had fun with it and my friend enjoys playing it so I have a buddy to play it with. And on the Xbox One X it looks gorgeous, although you won't be able to tell from this video because I'm running this video in 720p because my internet's slow and 720p files look just fine and are easier to work with. But it looks great, it runs great, it's not without its issues but it's fun, so I've returned to it. And the gameplay you're seeing here is from one of the best reasons to pick up the game right now. And that is Ghost War. This is right up my alley. 4v4, so we've got nice small teams that really emphasize teamwork. Lots of weapons to choose from, classes to choose from, and the ability to completely customize your character. And now, the best part about it, the maps are nice and big. I love big maps. I love complicated maps. I like maps that don't feel like they were laid out by professionals. I like maps that feel like areas in real life that have their advantages and disadvantages, places you want to be and places you don't want to be. For me, that's more real, that's more immersive, that's more interesting. I am not a 3-lane map kind of guy. Now when you play Ghost Recon Wildlands in the story and you're playing against the AI and you're just killing them over and over again, the game stops feeling tactical, the game stops feeling challenging. What the game starts feeling like is repetitive. I honestly think Ghost Recon Wildlands would be a lot better if they would have just kind of picked a lane and done one thing instead of trying to be the jack of all trades. But although the multiplayer isn't perfect, and I'm certainly not perfect at it, and you can tell by my aim, I'm really bad with the weapons in Ghost Recon, they're wildly different than any other game I play, but this multiplayer is really fun, and I really hope Ubisoft does not let this fall by the wayside and they continue to update it, optimize it, and make it better. This game reminds me a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, but of course third person, larger maps, and you're not just defending or attacking buildings or objectives. There's usually one objective that both teams want to get their hands on, so instead of being a game of attack and defend, it's more of a game of keep away. And then one of the other game modes has kind of an optional objective, but mostly just requires you to eliminate the enemy team. I find this refreshing and interesting. One of my least favorite things about Rainbow Six Siege is that I'm not really a fan of its map design. I think it's interesting, it's unique, and it should be applauded for that, and a lot of people love it. But if Rainbow Six Siege had large, interesting play spaces, lumber yards, towns, little quarries, and all these different things like this game has, I would be much more interested in it. This actually makes a fine addition to my shooter collection. It's a unique experience, where the only big problem I have with it so far, because I haven't played enough to really give you guys a full review on it yet, I've just recently started playing it, My biggest gripe is that it's third person all the time. You can't switch to first, and I feel like switching to first should be important, especially for when you're in these tight, close quarters buildings. The camera feels awkward and shaky, and I feel like the game would benefit greatly from having a first person option. If you want my personal take that a lot of people might disagree with, but I feel like it'd actually be better just as a first person shooter, but I can take it how it is. I've always had a little soft spot for 4v4 elimination games, and this one, having such an interesting premise, interesting maps, interesting gunplay to say the least, I still haven't figured it out exactly, but it's just that word. It's interesting, it's fascinating, it's something different, it's something new. And because of the variety in each map, you have an interesting variety between each round you play. The one thing that's a little bit irritating is the player base. First of all, these maps are kind of large, and it's 4v4 no respawns. So how many people do you think immediately rush to the sniper classes? You have no idea how many times I'll load in and there'll be 2 snipers with ghillie suits up on a hill, just waiting and watching and waiting and watching, not reviving, not helping. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're helpful, but everybody does it every round. The wannabe realistic sniper crowd has always been an irritating thing to me in any game that I've ever played. And this game, it happens a lot. You also get that kind of like grouchy old milsim attitude. Like you get these like older guys that are playing in the evening and they're just grouchy and they act like they're your fucking drill sergeant and that you're playing one of the most realistic tactical games on the planet. Like, honestly, I get less of that when I go to play Squad or Insurgency on my computer. I go to play Ghost Recon's PvP on my Xbox, and I get these fucking dudes in their 30s and 40s telling me what to do and bossing me around, and then when I spectate them, they don't have the reaction time or situational awareness to really back up any of the words they're shouting at me. And I mean no disrespect, it's just really frustrating. Also, there's a lot of kids that play it, and they take it very, very seriously. And well, they're 12 and it's annoying. So the player base and the lack of a first-person perspective, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I would love to get back to you about any balancing problems I see or anything, but for the most part, it's a fun, interesting game to play, and I'm happy to be playing it. So really, I'm just letting you guys know that you're going to be seeing more of this on my channel. You have a little bit of my first impressions and why I like it and some things I don't like about it. Unfortunately, the sale on this game is ending tonight as I'm recording this, so by the time you watch it, it might not be on sale anymore. But I would definitely keep an eye out for Ghost Recon Wildlands for next time it goes on sale, because Ghost War is really worth it. If you like Rainbow Six Siege, if you like 4v4, no respawn, more team-based tactical games, then I honestly would say give this a go. At the very least, you'll find it interesting, and at the very most, you might fall in love with it. If you're into that type of game. If you're not, you probably didn't even like this video, so what am I gonna do? So anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I don't have anything else I really want to say or have to say, so I'm just gonna leave the video here. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.